Hey viewers, welcome back. We are live, we're interactive, and we're on Revelation TV. You're watching Get Well, Stay Well. We've just done an hour programme, and we're now here waiting to receive your text messages, your emails, and of course we're doing the Get Well Challenge on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, give us a hashtag, hashtag Get Well Challenge. Explain to our viewers, Felicity, what is the Get Well Challenge?
Well, we had this idea just before Christmas that it would be really good to get together as a Revelation family and to start making changes in our lives to get well, and also to stay well, of course, because that's the answer. You can easily get well with a Band-Aid, with an aspirin or something, but to stay well, you've got to address the cause and remove the cause of the illness. So, you know, Get Well is really working amazingly well, and I'm getting so many emails every week from people who are changing their lives, even maybe drinking more water, maybe doing a little more exercise, maybe starting on the green juices, maybe buying a juicer and getting going with that, or a blender, the little NutriBullet. But people are just making a change. Some people are fasting. Now that's really interesting, and I've had a lot of emails about people who said, would it be a good idea to fast, which of course is biblical, and indeed it is biblical. The thing is to always keep rehydrated with lots of water. And actually fasting is really good because it gives the immune system a chance to recover.
You're detoxing really, aren't you?
You're detoxing when you fast, and you want to go into it gently. You want to go into it asking the Lord to show you how to do it. You must always stay rehydrated. That's important. And of course, if you're pregnant or if you're on a lot of medication, then you have to consult your doctor about it. But basically, you see, I only eat between about 1:30, 2 o'clock lunchtime, and 8 at the very latest, very often only 7 o'clock in the evening. And that's when the digestive fires are at their strongest, when the body is working to actually digest food. And then you can go on to sleep, a really good night's sleep. And you can keep on detoxing right the way through until lunchtime the next day. Now, for those who, like me, were stuck on eggs and bacon and coffee and all the rest of it for breakfast, and then you have that, and then you're desperate for 11s at 11. The thing is that you've put all this stuff into your body, which is difficult to digest, and the body is still craving the living enzymes from, say, fruit or vegetables, which we can juice. So now I just have my juices instead in the morning, as we're having now. This, in fact, is the second one I'm having because I had a green juice earlier. Yeah. I drink the bicarbonated soda with the water as well in the morning. But you see, when I'm putting living food into my body, if I was hungry, I'd just have some fruit. Yes. I'd have maybe an apple, maybe some kiwi. Now, kiwis are lovely. What I do is cut them in half and I just scoop out with a spoon, you know, and that's a wonderful breakfast, delicious. Lovely. Full of vitamin C as well. Yes. So in fact, I'm doing a fast every day of my life, in a way, an intermittent fasting. Yes. And when I was in America, I worked with a wonderful guy called Paul Neeson on the daylight diet, which is interesting. So you only eat during the daytime. Right. Because our body is planned that way by God, that we should eat while the sun is up and it's in the daytime. And that is the way that the digestion works best. So no late night snacking, which we've all done. Yeah. But honestly, you sleep much better if you haven't just had a big meal and you're trying to digest it. And what would be the period of time that your body would get used to eating changing your food patterns, shall we say? Well, you see, you do that gradually. You do that gradually, because remember, I came from the eggs and bacon lifestyle, doing all the wrong things, and so I gradually had to change. Of course, when I had pancreatic cancer, I had to change dramatically. And actually that, you know, when we get ill, it's God's wake-up call to us. You know, if we're getting the headache or we're getting a diagnosis of something, we're actually getting a wake-up call. And that's the time to reevaluate your life and to look at your plans and how what has gone wrong. You know, what have you done to your body to make yourself ill? A question that I've received quite a lot on Twitter and on our hashtag Get Well challenges.
I'm looking to do the new diet. I'm looking to start juicing. Where do I start? What starting point can I do?
Well, the first thing really is to get a juicer, and it doesn't have to be an expensive one. It can be a little blender. A blender, of course, just mixes the fruit and the vegetables together, and the juicer, of course, separates the juice from the pulp. So the juicer makes it easier on the body to digest. And I always say to people, you know, use whatever you're going to really do every day, because having an expensive juicer sitting in the cupboard is not going to do it.
Yeah. And the point is as well, the ingredients that you use in the juicer, it's a trial and error in a way, because everybody likes different things, and it's the beauty of juicing is there's so many combinations that they can try as well, isn't there?
That's right. I mean, the pineapple is absolutely gorgeous, and that's full of bromelain, which is very good for the digestive system. And most people start with fruit because they like that. You know, we're all sugar addicted, of course. So we start off with that, and then we gradually learn to get onto the green juices. And we get onto the cucumber, because, you know, everyone likes cucumbers and their very liquid content. So you start off with that, and then you put in maybe some celery, and then you get into the kale and some greens. You can just put salads in. The salads you grow in the garden. In fact, I've got weeds growing in my garden when I came back after Christmas. So guess what happened to them? They got juiced. And, you know, they tasted okay.
Yeah, fantastic.
But they were fresh, they were green, they had not had chemicals on them. So, yeah, amongst my geraniums, that was my breakfast.
Excellent. So we are obviously live, we're interactive, we're taking your emails and your text messages, viewers. So just want to ask you, got a text message come in saying, hi, what is your advice for a person with an intolerance to bread, apart from total avoidance?
Well, the thing is that bread has changed tremendously since biblical times. As we know, it used to be spelt bread, and a different kind of wheat. It was the emmer wheat, and the wheat that we're having now, that we're buying in the shops, is completely different. And so many people are now allergic to the glucose and also the gliadin. So for those of us who've become intolerant to the bread, you know, there's the flaxseed. So I make these beautiful crisps with flaxseed, which I put in the dehydrator or in the oven. And also you can dry out kale crisps, which are absolutely delicious. You know, we've all liked the naughty crisps, and these are good crisps because you actually dehydrate the leaves, the green leaves. You can soak them in a little coconut oil and put a little Himalayan salt on them to make them really taste delicious. And then you crisp them up. And then the thing is, you've got something really nice and crisp to have as well.
How long does that take? How long does a dehydrator take?
Overnight. I always do it overnight. I mean, it depends. If you've got something more substantial, it takes longer. But certainly, and you can do the apple, you can do banana crisps, you know. And of course, they're lovely because you've prepared them yourself. You know that they're pure.
Yeah. Excellent.
And it's a lovely thing to be able to do. And again, the children like that. It's fun.
I think this is an update from, this is Chanel, which is a lovely name, because name of my daughter.
Exactly. Let's hear it for Chanel.
She's giving us a lovely update on her Get Well challenge. She says, I've just bought a NutriBullet, having the second day of juicing, using the treadmill. I've just had beetroot juice for breakfast, avocado and cucumber, NutriBullet, and just had for lunch kale, spinach, garlic, ginger, and berried nut in a Nutri blend. That sounds fantastic.
Oh, Chanel, we must have you on the show. Better fly over to Spain immediately and come and join us. Tell us all about it.
And that's what it's about. We just want to get the viewer interaction, and we'd love to hear from you. We just want to know, how are you doing? What is your combination? You might have your own unique juice blend. We'd love to hear from it, isn't it, Felicity? Because there are so many different combinations out there available.
I'm so glad that she's being so adventurous, and she's done the beetroot juice, which of course is gorgeous, and you can mix that with other things as well. How lovely.
Excellent. Right, let's go to our next email here. Hi, happy New Year. Can you recommend any treatment for adhesions following 4 bowel surgeries, following burst bowel, septicemia and peritonitis? Thank you and bless you.
Oh, you have been through the wars. That's really awful. What I would suggest is you get on the juices, which would be easier to go through the body. Also start big time on the wheatgrass, because that will heal the adhesions and the scars in your body. You know, wheatgrass is an amazing thing, and Dr. Anne Wigmore started talking about that years ago. She was Lithuanian. She'd grown up as a child with her grandmother, who was a sort of local doctor, and they were healing wounds. There were soldiers who were having amputated arms and legs, and gangrene was setting in, and they found that wheatgrass was an amazing healer. And so Anne later healed her own cancer with wheatgrass. She healed so many people, and I would suggest you get on that. The wheatgrass is basic, you know, it's God's food. And when we actually juice the grass, this is before it seeds, so there's no wheat problem. You know, we were just talking about the glucose and the gliadin from ordinary wheat, from ordinary bread, but we're talking about the baby wheat shoots that grow up to about 11 inches, and they grow very easily and very cheaply from seed, and anyone can do that. You can grow them inside or outside, you can grow them in earth or hydroponically. But when you grow them, it's very inexpensive. You just have to buy the seed. And that would heal you wonderfully well. Anyway, email me, Felicity Corbin-Wheeler at gmail.com. Email me and I will really help you on that.
Okay, fantastic. Brian has sent us an email here saying, Felicity, I've just returned from 3 weeks in a German cancer clinic that you mentioned.
Oh, right.
Can you give more information on the type of foot spa detox equipment and also the best way to boost the immune system for a cancer patient? Oh,
well done, Brian. I'm really glad to hear from you again. Didn't hear from you in Germany and was wondering how you were getting on. Perhaps you weren't on the email when you were there. So I want to hear all about it. You want to boost your immune system now with all the ways that I have mentioned today. Also, the foot spas are really good. You see, you probably heard about that in the German clinic, and in fact I learned about them when I was training in America, and it's a way of actually drawing the toxins out of the soles of the feet. It really truly works. You can get them on Amazon, and they're quite inexpensive now. They're made in China, and they used to be much more expensive. Unfortunately, I bought them early, so I bought the expensive ones, but the Chinese ones seem to work pretty well as well. So the great thing is to get your feet in these baths with the warm water and a little bit of sea salt, because that helps the ionization to work, and you will see all the toxicity come out of the soles of your feet. And of course the children, if the children are around, I know you've got 2 children, Brian, they will love to watch this as well, because it's really rather fun to see all this toxicity coming out of the body. And great, I'm so glad to hear from Brian.
Fantastic. Hermit has sent us an email saying, hi Si and Felicity, great programme. Please can you help? How can one stop a young child from having sweets and chocolates, etc.?
Well, it's difficult if they've already got into the habit. So you really have to teach them how nice the juices are. You've always got to give someone a substitute, haven't you, an alternative. So you substitute, probably start off with the sweet fruits, because at least that is fructose and not sucrose.
Yes.
So that's one step. You know, you have to do this thing one step at a time. And also reward them with other things, like going out to something special that they want to go and see.
Yes.
And gradually, if the child is bright, they will realize that they're more together, you know what I mean? They're not bouncing off the wall so much with the ADDH, climbing the curtains, you know, because they're so sugar addicted. And you will realize that they're so much better. And the great thing is that they want to be part of this change. It's no good trying to impose something on somebody. They've got to want to do it themselves, because they understand. I mean, here again, if they could have the blood test and see what actually happens to their blood, they would probably twig, because there's nothing like seeing the blood test, seeing the scales go down as well. You know, these are things that you can't make up or alter. It's true. And so the blood tests either come out better, You can see what's happening with the live blood, which the child would be really fascinated with. And it's a matter, as again, education.
Excellent. Well, let's take a look at our final clip that we have today. This is talking about the green healthy lifestyle, and it's at Hippocrates. Let's take a look at this.
I'm on another field trip, and this is going to be a super cool one. I'm super excited to be here. Where we're at today is we're actually at Hippocrates Health Institute here in West Palm Beach, Florida. So the motto of Hippocrates is that they're helping people help themselves. Now, what is Hippocrates? You may have heard that. I think it's some like famous Greek dude, I don't know, something like from the olden days. And basically he said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. So that's how this whole place was founded, on those principles. And what they specifically do here is that they teach people how to help themselves by eating healthy, staying fit, getting exercise, and all that good stuff. So one of the things they do here is they help people that are maybe not in optimal health, people that have been maybe eating a standard American diet and got unhealthy and maybe even got a sickness or disease. I mean, there's many testimonials of people that have come here with things like cancer and different diseases in the body and have gotten better by just simply allowing the body to heal itself when you're doing the right stuff. So that's what they teach here. They actually have a few different courses, a 3-week program where you come here and get fully immersed in education and eating the proper foods so that people can get healthier. One of the things actually I've been wanting to do lately is actually I've been telling my parents for like the last 3 years that if they want to come for 3 weeks, I'll pay for them to come here. And yes, it can get quite expensive, but the question I have for you is, how much is your health worth? I mean, my health is worth more than all the money in the world. So if I have to charge it on my credit card or go into debt, it's worth it to me, because you can't do anything with all the money in the bank at the end of your life, but you can do something if you're healthy, vibrant, and strong. So anyways, that's what they do here. And the purpose of this video today is because part of their program is about getting people to eat green. Eat green foods. I mean, my show is called Growing Your Greens because greens are very important. And the diet here at Hippocrates is based around eating green foods. Eating things like green sprouts and leafy green vegetables. That's a big part. And the chlorophyll in the greens, which is, in my opinion, one of the things that are really healing for the body. So why I'm here today is to show you guys how they grow their leafy greens that the people that pay a lot of money to be here get to eat, and also some of them get to learn how to do it. Actually, they have a couple different programs. A 3-week program immerses you in this stuff, and you get to learn about the diet and eat the diet. You also learn how to grow your own sprouts, and you get tours of the actual farm here. And then they have a 9-week program to actually teach you how to teach others about this program so that you could go out in the world and make positive changes in the world and teaching people about a healthy diet to eat. And those health educators get to learn how to go do sprouting. They get to learn how to grow their own.
Hi there, welcome back. That's just an extract there from Hippocrates, and it's interesting how it all works out there. And basically, they're just trying to give the education, really, of growing your own fruits and vegetables and eating greens.
That's right. Well, John doesn't actually work there. John was visiting, and he's the guy who makes a lot of juicing DVDs and videos and clips. He's really funny. I love the way he starts with this Greek dude. Hippocrates, I think his name is. Yeah, okay. They just don't understand about that. But anyway, it was Hippocrates who said, let your medicine be your food and your food be your medicine. And John is a great gardener, and he has his program. So he did visit Hippocrates, and it's quite fun to see his take on it. And you see, the great thing about Hippocrates is that you do learn to grow your own wheatgrass. They've now got this organic garden, because everyone's now into organic gardening.
Yes.
And it's really important to do that, because we don't realize how many pesticides and insecticides and chemicals there are sprayed on the stuff that we buy. So, I always used to think, oh, you can get away without going organic, but I now realize you can't. And so I pay a little bit more and go to my friends in the market who have an organic store, and I buy my produce from there. It's very inexpensive, my produce, anyway, every week, because it's just cucumbers and apples and carrots and, the lettuces and things. So basically, it's cheaper than leading on ordinary an ordinary diet, you know, the ordinary Western diet.
It actually refers us on to Stefan's email, which saying, what credibility do you give to organic food? I only buy organic milk. What are your thoughts?
Well, as I just said, I think it's more and more important now to grow your own if you can, and if not, then you do get organic when you can. And I know there are these two firms, Riverford and Able and Cole in England, who will send you by post or by courier a parcel of organic vegetables and fruit every week. So I think that works pretty well all over UK, and it's really growing around the world now, that this organic movement with intelligent people growing their own, or the farmers really taking this on board. It's wonderful.
Okay, my child is not sleeping. She's aged 5 years old. She keeps up the parents very tired during the night. Do you have any advice to try and keep her off the sugar?
Oh my goodness, yes. Well, you've got to get her off the sugar, otherwise she will break your health as well. So really important to be radical there, and you've got to explain to her that she can't go on the way she is, or she will get ill. She'll get diabetes, because when the kids are on high sugar, they do end up with diabetes. And really, you've got to take charge. Remember, you are in charge, and she's not. So, got to be tough there. I'm a tough granny at times, but you have to be. And the children like to have barriers. Actually, they like to have boundaries. You know, they like to know that you are firm and that you will say something and stick to it, and then they can trust you. So you just have to explain that, you know, she's going to make herself ill, and you want to protect her. You want her to grow up strong.
Hi there, great program, both looking fab, and a great advert for your topic. May not be exactly life-threatening, but what does the lovely Felicity suggest for naturally healing bleeding hemorrhoids?
Oh, bleeding hemorrhoids are extremely painful. And believe it or not, in my misspent youth and eating all the wrong things, I do know what you're talking about, especially after having babies. This is a thing that a lot of people have a problem with hemorrhoids. So basically, what you need to do is get on the juices. You need to have lots of the greens, and then you won't have a problem anymore. You can also heal with a lot of wheatgrass, which is really good. So definitely you're on the right program today.
Okay, we've got an email here from one of the viewers that maybe I think we both know. This is Barbara.
I think so.
All right, let's take a look at what she's saying. She says, hi, dear Asai and Felicity. Talk about dancing. I would personally recommend any kind of dancing to go with their diets. It will inspire you, put a smile on their face, and lots of giggles too. It is the best tonic for depression. As I am not much of a favour of gyms or exercise classes, please try any type of dancing. Never know, they might qualify for Strictly Come Dancing applicants on the TV programme. Also great company, and helps you with your pose and backaches too. Go for it, viewers, and let us know how it has improved your lifestyle and figures. I think we need to get Barbara on the show.
Well, good for Barbara. And I have seen Barbara jiving, and she's really good. So great. Thank you, Barbara. That's wonderful. I think we should put some dancing in every program from now on.
I think Barbara should do the dancing videos.
That would be a good idea.
That would be a great idea. Callie's asking, I have painful hands, elbows, wrists and fingers. They are very weak. I was diagnosed with overuse syndrome. Do you have any suggestions, please?
Okay, overuse, it's probably arthritis as well. When you cut out the acids in your diet, so that's the meat and dairy, you'll find that the acidity will go. Also, again, I go back to my old friend the wheatgrass. When you have painful fingers or you have painful joints, you can wrap them in a flannel. You soak that in the wheatgrass, cover it with the cling wrap of some kind, and cover that up. Sleep like that overnight, nice and warm, and in the morning you will have taken out a lot of the acids.
Excellent. Great advice. Thank you, Felicity, as always. That's the end of the show, viewers. Thanks as always for joining us. Thank you to our lovely Felicity, as the viewer mentioned on the email there. Lovely Felicity. As always, we have our catch-up service on our website. Visit revelationtv.com. You'll see our catch-up service for Get Well, Stay Well. Thank you as always. You make the programme. As always, keep smiling and having a fantastic weekend. Look forward to seeing you same time next week. God bless. Bye.